Sorry guys, the reason why now this got to be a part 2 because some random I don't know why Facebook do that. Like some random person keep calling me and stuff. You know, it's like Satan's trying to block my testimony. But not today, fucking Satan. But anyway, so like I was saying, because I ran, you know, and like I was saying, because he was walking me to the store, he was walking, you know, taking me everywhere. You know, like I always go to the basketball games he was having, watching him play basketball. You know, I just always wanted to be around him because, like I said, I felt safe. I felt safe with my god brother. And, you know, I never had emotionally or intimacy or... Was he an attractive dude? Yes, he was very attractive. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say he's not attractive. But I never saw him like that. Like, I always... The love I have for him, and to this day, the love I have for him is... That was my brother. Like, I felt like he was like a brother from another mother. And, yeah, but because of our closeness or our tightness, everybody always thought that there was something sexually going on with us, or... We were doing things behind closed door or whatever, but really we were just letting out our freaking pain and our stress and stuff. So, you know, but because of that, like, I felt bad. Like, people were calling him a pedophile, and I could have been a tribute to his depression because, yeah, my god brother was an alcoholic. And he was a very depressed person. He you know, he smiled on the outside, but inside he was very depressed, and he was very, you know, and he always knew people were going to be his downfall, because, you know, he always felt like everybody around him genuinely didn't want to be around him, but because he was like one of the few that actually was a successful business owner, didn't sign no contract, he actually worked his ass off and owned his own cell phone business. Like, he was a successful cell phone, like, he owned his business, and, you know, he did everything. Like, he was one of the few that actually made it out the hood, and which is why I think I'm so into business now, and like into the business field and stuff, because of him. Like, that's my inspiration. Like, to this day, he's still my role model. Deaf or not, like, he's still my role model. Like, he played a very positive part in my life. So, you know, but like I said, but me and him, like, I swear on everything. Like, me and him, we never had no intimacy, nothing. It was just more of a... That was my therapist, and I was his therapist. Like, we was just more like a therapist relationship, really. If you really think about it, that's all we were, like, more like each other's therapists. But because of being raped, I matured faster than my age. And in the environment I was in, I was forced to mature faster than my actual age. So I was actually on the same maturity wave level as he was. So that's why it wasn't hard for us to understand each other's mindset. So now back to now that being said, now this is why I feel like 6ix9ine Tekashi is not a pedophile. Because based on the clues, well, you know, the clues, I'm sorry, I'm back as if, you know, as pedophile, it's like some freaking game. Like, it's not. Because like I said in the first video, I am a victim of sex trafficking, and I lost my virginity to a 25-year-old man. So I know what a fuck a pedophile is, believe me, and I know how serious it is. How serious that crime and sin is. Okay? So I didn't mean to say clues as if this shit is a game, because it's really not a game. Like, it's very sickening. But because you have people like those that accuse my god brother of being a pedophile, that actual pedophiles get away with murder. So Now, so that's what I'm saying. Trust and believe. This is why I'm making this video, because of that. This is the whole point of this video, because like, we need to learn the difference between sexual emotions and therapy emotions. Like someone that's just someone that just helps you mentally, like just like being your personal therapist. Now, so like I said, with the evidence that they presented us on social media about 6ix9ine and his case, you know, this girl went to a video. The girl, when I saw a picture of the girl, I thought she was overage too. I ain't gonna lie. Because nowadays, because believe me, I'm 30, but I look like I'm 25, right? So that's why I do understand why some guys be like, but, you know, it's hard to tell these women age. Because it's true. When I was 14, like, I had a grown-ass woman-sized body. And like I said, I'm 20, and I look younger than my age. So I do understand that, because you have women like me that just mature very, you know, age very slowly. I'm sorry, not to, you know, but age very slowly. So I do understand why now, you know, why guys do judge a woman's age based on the body. But then the face, I do. Because like I say, I'm not a judgmental person. Like, I actually put myself in other people's shoes. That's why I'm able to really sympathize, or really like, nah, F you, I don't like you, because I put myself in people's shoes. So it's like, I understand that. Which is why you guys need to start IDing women in videos. When you shoot these videos, it's about time. Y'all just need to start asking women for their ID. Like, yo, you cannot step on my set unless you show me that ID. Because that's where y'all, like, that's what most of you rappers, you know, fail at. But, anyway, just in case the 6ix9ine does get a chance to watch this, that was your mistake. You should have ID'd everybody on that video shoot. But, anyway, so, you know, like this girl, you know, she came on the video shoot, you know, they were doing a video shoot, and then, I guess, you know, then he went to go lay down, and then this girl came and laid down with him, and, you know, he said they were just having conversation, like deep conversations, and, you know, because I guess the girl was mad that it didn't go down, she called him a pedophile. You know, called him like saying, oh, he raped me, he did this and this and this and this and that. You know, trying to get some money off of him and stuff. And I do understand, because at the time too, he wasn't as big as he was. So I do understand about taking a plea deal even though you're not guilty. Because that was like me, like, when I had got charged for assault and first-degree robbery. And I was supposed to do 3 years behind this. But what saved me was the girl drugged my drink. And then, you know, and I told them that. I said, listen, what started this whole fight was because she drugged my drink. She drugged my drink. She drugged my drink. I know she had drugged my drink. And I'm bipolar. So when they did the blood test, they found ecstasy and Molly and alcohol in my system. And when I came back to court, I showed them papers that I was seeing a therapist and that I was diagnosed bipolar. So because of that, they told me just to stay out of trouble for a year and pay like $120 fine. So because she had drugged me and I had evidence that backed up my story to why I assaulted her, and you know, and explain about how the pocketbook wound up in my hand, and, you know, like how I mentally didn't know, and then, because that's how I got caught, because I came back to return her damn pocketbook, and the cops were at the front door, and she's like, that's her, press the charges. So, you know, I want to press charges, so because of that, I openly let them arrest me, you know, because, like, I did assaulted her, so whatever. You know, God, just protect me, whatever. You know, whatever I deserve, give me what the fuck I deserve, and what I don't deserve. You know, make sure, you know, just make sure that I'm in your hand and not the judge's hands. Because I did. I ain't gonna lie. Like, yeah, that was one fucking crazy story. And I could take blame. I could take my part. I could accept my part of the. I could accept my part of the crime. So, you know, I felt like justice was right. Like, you know, they did. I mean, I felt like my crime fit. You know, my punishment fit my crime. And I thank God that He didn't allow the drugs to really overcome my mind and allow that situation to be worse. So I'm happy all it just wind up was I ran out with the girl's pocketbook. But trust and believe. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I took the plea deal. Like, how am I like, nah, knowing damn well I really did assaulted her and this and that. But I didn't rob her pocketbook. Because that's what the 3 year for. The assault, they didn't care. That was going to get dropped. But because of the whole pocketbook, I know I didn't take her pocketbook. And I could have fought that. And plus I had the drugs in my system. So yeah, I could have played insanity or whatever. And didn't, you know, I could have fought it and be like, yeah, I'm going to quit. But you never know what kind of jury you had. And that's another thing people don't realize why a lot of people take the plea deal even though they're not guilty. It's because you never know what jury you have on stand. Like, you don't know if someone is looking at you, hey beautiful. Now you don't know if someone like really is there because they really are there for the case, or they're really there for justice, or because they see your name is 6ix9ine Versace. I mean Versace. I'm sorry, dude, for messing up your name. Because you like this rapper, and then they just automatically going to say you're guilty just because of who you are. You never know what kind of jury. You never know what kind of jury you're going to have on trial. So, you know, if God gave you a safety boat and says, listen, my child, take this, you're going to take it. Because you know that saying, they said, God sent you a boat, you don't take it because you really waiting for the big, vast, the grand boat that's telling you to say, but you don't realize that all those other boats before was your safety net. Okay? So when you know you could have got a worse punishment than what they accusing you, and especially if you don't really have hardcore evidence, I'm sorry, you're gonna take the plea. You're gonna take the plea deal. Innocent or not, you're gonna take the damn plea deal. Because like I said, nowadays in this world, you don't know who genuinely has a heart and who just are in love with power. You know? So, sorry guys. But yeah, you don't know. So yeah, I don't blame him for taking the plea deal, especially if you didn't have a good lawyer. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Man, you don't have a good lawyer. Yeah, you better take that fucking plea deal if it's good. You better apply, and you better not do nothing to fuck up that plea deal either. Because if they say stay out of trouble for a year, you better be you better be going to church for a whole year. Okay, that's what I did. I went to church for a whole year. Shoot, that's how I was able to get it off my record, because I stayed out of trouble for a year. They thought I wasn't going to be able to do that because of how heavy my case was, but she got drug tested and everything. They're just like, yo, she's clean. Yeah. Trust and believe. I know that was God that saved me, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to return the favor and give him thanks. And I went to church for a whole year. So, you know, I made sure I stayed out of trouble for that whole year, shoot. Because if I violated any type of way, man, I would have been doing 3 years, and it would have been on my record. So, yeah. So that is why I believe that 6ix9ine is not a pedophile, and why I believe he is innocent, and why I still feel like they're still going to make him guilty. Because, to hide the fact that there are real pedophiles in the industry and in Hollywood. Like, there are really real pedophiles, but they're just going to make him look like he's a pedophile because to hide their deed and hide their dirt and to hide their, you know, just like they did with Michael. Like, Michael Jackson is far from a fucking pedophile. He is just a person that been robbed of his childhood, wants his childhood. He liked being around kids because, you know, because he liked to live. He would like to see how children interacted and you know, and wants to visualize how, if he wasn't Michael Jackson, how his life would have been as a child, you know? If his father never forced him to be into fame, how, you know, how would his childhood been? Because he was forced to grow up at the age of 8, guys. Like, everybody gotta remember that. This dude was forced to grow up. And you hear a story from millions of women, like, that dude died a virgin. So, if he didn't have sex with grown, you know, like, if he mentally was disgusted by sex with grown, you know, like, what makes you think that he was having sex with children? So, you know, Michael is not a pedophile. He's just a victim of a person. He's just a victim of the industry. That's it. And they're a real live pedophile. Like, let's call it R. Kelly. That dude's a pedophile. Like, he's a sick, like, that's a pedophile. You want to know what's a pedophile? R. Kelly. You know, and this is how you know he's a pedophile. And this is how he's, like, not sorry for being a fucking pedophile. Because you now want to say you've been raped, okay? You now wanted to say, oh, I'm a rape victim. Because now you want people to feel sorry for your sick ass. Nah, fuck that, dude. You maliciously did it, and now that the devil is coming to collect, now all of a sudden you were a rape victim, or, oh, Black Lives Matter. Nah, you should have did that in your early fucking stage. When you first was gifted with the gift of singing. You should have continued making more I Believe I Could Fly songs. And not know, oh, men take advantage of women. Oh, let's have sex with women. Look at them like objects, not human beings. So, fuck out of here, R. Kelly. You're a fucking pedophile. That's a fucking pedophile. And you could tell he's a... Look at the energy within... Look how fast my energy changed talking about R. fucking Kelly, okay? That's a fucking pedophile, mama. That... I don't even want to think of his name because... Ugh, his fucking evilness. Like, I can feel his fucking evilness and fucking running through my fucking body. Like... See, you notice how calm and relaxed I am when I talk about 6ix9ine? Like, you see how, like, how quick my energy lowers when I talk about 6ix9ine, or when I'm talking about Michael Jackson. See how more calmer my energy is? Because when you spiritually woken, you know who's genuinely good and who's genuinely, like, a bad person. Or who genuinely just don't know what they're doing. Because there are some people, I'm sorry, there are some pedophiles that really don't mentally get what they really believe in their mind that there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. To them, they're just like, that's a human, I'm a human. Humans are meant to have sex with each other, so why can't I have sex with this other human being? Like, those kind of pedophiles, like, it's still sickening, but I still be like, ah, jeez. Alright, I'm gonna have a little more patience with this person to help them understand that. Now, let me tell you why that shit is sickening. But there are people like fucking Mother R. Kelly that knows what the fuck he's doing because he's a narcissist and he's a manipulator and he likes to manipulate people, and that's what the people behind the industry, the real people that have the power in the industry, that's what the fuck they do, and that's what the fuck they are. Narcissists, manipulator, and they try to brain fuck everybody to believe in their way of thinking is fucking correct when it's the most sickest shit in the fucking world. And I'm praying for 6ix9ine Tekashi. Like, I pray that they don't take advantage of him. Like, Lord Jesus, please. please do not let him go down for their wrongdoing. Like, please, 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 please let the jury find him innocent, because he is. He's innocent. I strongly believe that him and this girl were really having deep conversation, but because he didn't want to have sex or give this girl money, because come on, we cannot let these teenagers get away with shit, because these teenagers nowadays are getting too fucking fast. They're too fucking fast. There are some, teenagers like me that really just wanted to, like, just go to school, have a happy life, and be married, and have a good job and stuff, but we had to run cross with a real pedophile and actually was forced to actually deal with the pain. Like, we didn't want to be fast. We didn't want that our way. We didn't care less for it. We didn't look for it, but it just came our way. You know, you have teenagers like me, I feel bad. But you do have those girls that go out there and look for it. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying those girls deserve it, but when it happens to them, I don't feel sorry. Because you know the danger and what you were going to and what you were looking for, but you still put yourself in that situation. When you already knew the outcome, like by now, yes, in the 90s it was more hard to know because videos back then were more classy and women, you know, it was more showing respectful. But nowadays generation, like, they clearly shows you what the fuck they think of y'all women and how they look at y'all women, but yet y'all still want to be around these men. So don't cry wolf when they do something to you. Like I'm saying, you don't deserve it. And I'm not saying they right. Oh, I'm not giving those sick motherfuckers, because those sick motherfuckers need to go burn to hell. But what I'm saying is, nowadays music, they show you what the fuck they think of y'all, but you gonna go out there to those video shoots and you're gonna go out there to that setting. Don't cry when it happens. You better take that L and say, yo, listen, God, I'm sorry I disobeyed you. You told me not to go. You showed me why I shouldn't go, but I still chose to go. So you know what, I'll allow you to deal with that, whatever karma you want for them, but please help me fight these demons that keep forcing me to go into these environments that I know is not good, that's not safe. Just please have your son protect me, you know, please help your son help me realize that, you know, help me, stop me from listening to the demon that's telling me to go to environments that I know for sure it's not safe. But like I said, you have teenagers, you have young women, because it's sad, that's what, like I was saying, like, that's what's on the TV more, and that's what's on the TV, like, oh, you know, you ain't cool unless you acting like a hoe, or you ain't cool unless you twerking, or you stripping, or you ain't, unless you got $1,000 in your pocket, you're not cool. So, you know, that's all you see on TV, so you can't blame these little girls for wanting to be part of that life, because, you know, when you young, you want to be cool. Like, that's what's more important to you. You know, everybody, like, you know, because school don't really teach you about self-esteem. They don't have self-esteem classes. They don't have finance classes. They don't have that. They just teach you a bunch of bullshit of stuff in the history. Like, okay, that shit already happened. It's like, okay, but now we living in the present. How am I going to survive present day? You know? So, yes, so these girls, they go out there and they do wild shit, you know, and I'm sorry, it's lost. It's a lost generation, because these new generations, they don't have positive influence, they don't have positive role models, they don't have people in their life to show them that, no, that is not cool, or people strong enough to say, I don't want to be part of that. I'm not entertaining that lifestyle. But because everybody nowadays is so insecure and they just want to be accepted instead of caring about being accepted by Jesus, that I'm sorry that the world came to this. So, you know, and like I said, man, now this is my message, just in case the 6ix9ine is watching this. This is my message to you. Like I said, I'm praying, but prayer only could go as far as how much your heart wants to accept it. Now, the only way God would give you your freedom is if you really, in your heart, finally see firsthand how fucked up this industry could be, and tell yourself that you are better than that, and you shouldn't entertain an industry where they're promoting disrespect, and start cleaning up your image and become more godly, have a godly image. And what I mean, like, don't be perfect, like, don't be fake, but just be authentic. Like, listen to your authentic self. And if you're ready to accept that, then go in with that strong faith, knowing that God got your back. Jesus loves you. He forgives you. Hold your head high in that court. And allow God to take his, and allow God to do what he wanted to do with the situation. But if you want to, go in there and you, with the faith of the industry is this and the industry is that, and that's the only way you can live, and that's the only way you're going to survive, then accept whatever punishment Satan's going to give you. Because that's all it is. If you believe God is God, then God will protect you. But if you believe God don't exist and God did create this world, then I'm sorry to say, even though you don't want to believe it, Satan is your God. And whatever Satan wants to do with you, he's going to do with you. So, the choice is yours, 6ix9ine. But I just want you to know that you do have someone on your side that actually believe you are innocent, though. Because, like I said, I walk in Jesus, and Jesus helps me see through the bullshit. And I see the bullshit. Like, I see the bullshit. I want you to know that I see the bullshit. But even though I see the bullshit, I can't save you unless you save yourself first. I could continue praying for you, but that's all I could do. But it's up to you to save yourself. And I genuinely, I like you as an artist, and I feel like if the industry allowed you to be who you wanted to be as an artist, I feel like people will look at you more positive. But because the industry don't allow y'all to be the artist that y'all want to be, and that you have to be this certain image in order to sell records, or in order to get a certain amount of money in the industry, that y'all forced to be someone that y'all don't want to be. Y'all forced to be an artist that y'all don't want to be. And and it's sad. And I really genuinely feel like you are a sweet person, and you are a likable person, but you got stuck in the wrong field, in the wrong career, because that is Satan's playground. Hollywood is Satan's playground. And you done stepped in his playground. And once you sign it on the dotted line, you gave Satan permission, and say that you gave him permission, and you're telling him that, please, I am going to be your little bitch. So, all I could do, people like me, is could just pray for you. And, like I said, pray for you, and, if you really want to survive the industry and you really want to beat this case, 6ix9ine, I pray that God leads you to this video. Believe in him and believe in his son, and you'll be okay. You will beat the case. No demons can interfere with the judge, and you'll be good. And when you get out of that, and when you get out of it, if you accept this, if you accept God and Jesus, and you walk out of there, when you walk out of there, because you will walk out of there innocent, if you truly, truly, it can't just because you just want to walk out, but if you truly, truly want to accept him, and when you get out, because you will, clean up your image and trust that God will still get you paid without being a sellout. Alright, love you, best of luck, prayers.